Hello, everybody. Jim Malone here, coming to you live on Dallas Trading Floor. It is, I guess it's a Wednesday, isn't it? I'm not sure. I can't remember what day it is. Thursday? Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Mervin. It's a Thursday. I'm sorry, I kind of forgot what day it was. It's all the days have sort of run together. So sometimes that's how it goes. A little bit of a sell-off, the little weakness. It started out good today, but it seems to be kind of weak a little bit towards the close here. We are getting pretty far extended, so it's time to kind of be a little bit more cautious. If you look at the small portfolio that I have for you, basically all I'm in right now is DraftKings, and that's because of the pullback. But I wanted to kind of show you the market direction here. It basically, we're still in an uptrend, but as you notice, the Dow Jones has pulled back a little bit, and the S&P is up a little bit, and the NASDAQ is up, but it looks like, the indexes are kind of showing a little bit of extension, and maybe we're getting to a place, where it might be, we might want to take a little bit defensive action. Nothing's really, sure now, but if you have anything on margin, it's probably not a good time it's probably a good time to start possibly looking at closing some of those margin positions, because it does appear that we are moving in that kind of direction. I kind of want to show you the QQQ. This is, of course, the NASDAQ 100 stocks. And what's significant about this, of course, is that all of the big leaders are in this one. This is where Microsoft lives, Apple, and all the big tech stocks that are in the NASDAQ. It is up today at 1.31, which means that there's still money moving into the market. It's not as broad-based as it was at the beginning of the week, but there is money still moving into the techs. But you'll notice that it's the volume is low here, and so I do think that we may be getting to a situation here where we may see that change. We may see it change. So just be kind of careful, because we are getting to a place here very quickly, I think, where it might reverse. Just don't know. We're pretty far extended. We're pretty far extended right now. I also wanted to show you another, basically the spider. Oh, but I guess I do the QQQ. I want to show you this ETF that's been doing very, very well, and this is basically growth stocks. It's called the FFTY, and it's up today. And I was talking with a colleague about this morning, but it's doing quite nicely. If you're looking for an ETF, kind of an easy way that you can participate in this market, but without having to watch everything every day. You might want to take a look at this one. It's called the FFTY, and as you can see, it's had a very nice run, and I do believe even in a pullback, this will do fairly well. The symbol on it, of course, is FFTY on that. My portfolio has changed a little bit. I did get, in the pullback, I did get a little bit of a change here. So I kind of want to show you, kind of how my portfolio is looking. I'm still in blink charging. It's down significantly, but I do have, it looks like I'm going to be, giving back a little bit, but I have options on this one that looks like they're going to expire worthless, which is good for me because I get to keep the money. I had a 51 and a 55 option, but right now Blink has pulled back to 50. Tesla is up. It pulled back a little bit today. I'm looking to sell an option here. It's up a little bit. The trading range in Tesla is about from 800, up to about 875 or so right now. So that seems to be the range that it's in. Palantir pulled back again, pulled back a little bit. DraftKings is off. Fuel Cell Energy is back. I may be out of that one, and then AI is another one I have that's pulled back. So I'm starting to see a little bit of weakness in in these stocks. So it's something to be somewhat concerned with. I wanted to show you a very interesting opportunity here, and this is the stock of the day. Let me see if I can. Well, I seem to. Yeah. Okay. There we go. We had a little bit of a. Seems like a glitch on the. Okay. So let's see if that. Yeah. There we go. Here's the stock of the day, And I want to show you that real quick. And that is basically, it's an Israeli company, kind of interesting. Symbol PLTK. It is an IPO, and it does look like it might be good. Now, be careful on this one. Right now, it's at 33.11. Wait for the buy point, 36.16, and you might have something good. IPOs are tough. They're tough. This one might be good. You might want to watch this one, at least for now. But the buy point on this one, and this is the stock of the day. The buy point on this one is 36.16. So, that might be a good, it might be a good watch list there as well. So, without further ado, let's get to some of the questions. Thank you for holding here. And first one is from YouTube. So let's take a look. Thank you, Rainbow Films. Hi, Jim. Let's look at Zoom and Boeing. Let's look at Boeing first. Boeing is going to have some issues. It may be a short. I mean, if the market turns, this might be one to short, actually, because of things that are going on. So I'm going to look at the weekly chart here first for Boeing to kind of give you a look-see on that. Okay, again, we're well off of, let's look at we're well off, the highs here that were made back, made back basically at the beginning of last year. I mean, in 2019. So we're well off of that. We're in sort of in a consolidation, but we're at the low point of that consolidation. Let's zoom in on that to see kind of, if there's just anything we can do here with this one. Let's see, I'm going to move in about 175%, and hopefully this will work, and we'll be able to see it. There we go. All right. I'm getting better at these controls. I haven't been in that. Okay, taking a look at this. We still only have a relative strength of 43, which really is not very, very stellar. We're in a downward trend on this, and there might be a reversal. There might be the beginning of a reversal here, but one thing I kind of want to look at, and I'm going to zoom in even a little bit more, is sort of how these trend lines, how these index lines line up. And I'm going to go in, magnify it a little bit here, and hopefully we can see that. Let me pull that up. Yeah, there we go. All right. So here we are. Basically, we're in this consolidation. And as you can see, this is the top of the consolidation and the bottom of the consolidation. We are above the this black line here, and that, of course, is the 200-day moving average. The 200-day moving average is significant in that you never want to buy a stock below the 200-day. It moved above that and it's pulled back. Now the question is it going to bounce? I just can't get excited about this stock, and the reason is because I just don't know if there's enough conviction yet. It looks like it's pulled up to the 50-day moving average, but we're below. But the 21-day is below the 50. So here's the thing: in order for this to be viable, we have to wait until this little line here, this is the green line, moves above the 50-day moving average. That's going to give us an opportunity. But right now, it's not in a location where it's viable. It really is in a situation now where it's it just isn't really viable, unfortunately. Let's see if we can. Okay, there we go. Yeah. All right. It's not really viable at this level. But let's go to the daily chart and just kind of look at this on Boeing. There we go. All right. As you can see with Boeing, it made its peak here. 244.06 is where it made its peak, and since then it's sort of been it's been a little bit challenged in terms of in terms of where it's been pulling back. It looks as if it got a little bit of support here at 191, and it's moved up from there. Now, is this a reversal? No. I think what we've got to do is we've got to wait until it moves above above 244.08. So what I'm going to do here is just to put out there, if you're interested in this, and this is a fairly weak stock right now, so we probably don't want to do that. But the buy point is basically 244.08 plus 10 cents, or let's see, 244.18. So that's kind of, if it moves above that, that's where we want to see, possibly as a buy point. So, oops, no, that's not right. There we go. The buy point on Boeing here is basically 244.08 plus 10 cents, or 244.18. Would I buy this one? Well, probably not. I don't think it's as viable, really. I just think you have to watch this. I just think you have to watch this one. That's not what. It's watch list, not watch lint. There we go. I think what you got to do on this one for Boeing is I think you got to watch list this one. So I would not recommend. I would not recommend this one right now. I think you got to wait on it a little bit. Now let's look at Zoom to get an idea on Zoom and see if that one, see how that's setting up as well. Now that may be a little bit better, more of a potential buy there. Let's firstly go to the weekly chart to see. Okay, it looks like it is a reversal. Very, very nice reversal, by the way, on this. I'm liking everything about Zoom. The interesting thing about Zoom, as this pandemic continues to move on, we're just getting better and better. We're just getting better and better results out of this company. So I'm really liking it. 92 relative strength. I realize it's a little expensive at 430, but I do think that in terms of the checklist, 8 out of 9, excuse me, 8 out of 9 looking very, very strong. The question is, where can we buy this? Well, first of all, we gotta put it out there. This one is definitely, definitely buyable. There's no question about this one. Zoom is buyable, and it looks like we have a reversal. It looks like this possibly is going higher. So let's see. Let's look at the daily chart to see if there's anywhere where we can possibly. Yeah. Okay. So let's look at the. Okay. So yeah, we definitely have it. We definitely have a reversal. So yeah, I mean, this is definitely viable at this point. This is definitely viable. It looks like it's headed higher up to about the 588 level. So you could buy this one right now. It's off a little bit today. You basically want to put a buy stop limit order on it. And I do think, let's see. Let's get an exact now here at 440. So here's what I'm going to say on this one. If you want to get into Zoom, and I do think I do think it's there. I mean, in terms of that, you want to set a buy stop limit order for about 440. For about 440 plus 10 cents, or 440. There we go. So if you want to go ahead and buy a Zoom, this is buyable, and the way to do it, of course, is with a buy stop limit order. And where I'm talking about is right at about this level. So as it moves above, as it moves above this line here, that's where you want to do your buy stop limit order for 440 plus 10 cents, or 441. So Zoom's looking good. Boeing, not so much. Not so much on Boeing, but definitely looking very good on Zoom. So that's a good one. So let's take a look. I'm looking to see questions from TikTok here. HITIF, that seems like a lot, is a penny stock. No, I'd probably pass on the penny stocks right now. Here's the problem with penny stocks, everyone. And I know that there's a lot of people that say, yeah, I made $1 gazillion in penny stocks and it's great and everything like that. But penny stocks are highly manipulated. They're not very liquid, and you can, they're very volatile. They can move at 20, 25, 30% in a day, and there's no institutional support. So, it's probably best to stay in stocks, that are a little bit more expensive, and possibly are doing a little bit more than that. Now, what I did is I did put together a list of highly rated stocks. Now, let me just kind of see how they're doing today, because I want to kind of look at this list to see. I put this together. These are actually relative penny stocks. These are right at about $10, which is about the minimum really that you can do that. But I want to show you this list because I think it might there might be things there that are of interest. So let me kind of just I realize that a lot of people are interested in the pennies, but and you can make money in the penny stocks, but it's the kind of thing where it's tough. Now I'm going to show you about 5 or 6 stocks here that I do think have some potential in terms of that, in terms of moving higher. And I'm just going to go right from the top here. This is a list that I put together. I didn't get a chance to put it out on last night. I didn't get a chance to put it out last night. But these are stocks that might be of interest in here as well. So let's look at that. Oh, all right. Well, wow, that just went right up. Okay. So let's look at here. Okay, it's recycling energy. Some of these are Chinese stocks as well. Yeah, there just isn't really anything right now that really catches my eye. Yeah, okay. Let's take a look at this one. All right. This is a company that is a government contractor doing quite well, actually. GNSS, it's highly rated. It's got a relative strength of 78, which is just shy of where I like it to be. There is a buy point on this one at 715. I think this one might, maybe should go, if you're looking for a cheap stock, this one might be something that's fairly decent. 25% fund ownership in this one right now. So one that you might want to look at, GNSS, and that's for a penny stock. That's about as low as you want to go on the pennies. It's just now there is another one in here that I want to show you. It's called Ribbon Communications, RBBN. It's off a little bit today, but it's it's right about $10. This one is highly rated and looking fairly good. I do think that here, this is the weekly chart on it, and it's a very nice weekly chart. So if you're looking for kind of lower price stocks, I don't totally recommend penny stocks. This is one you might want to look at: Ribbon Communications, RBBN, and also this stock, GNSS. It's a defense contractor. That one also is worthwhile. GNSS with fairly high rating. So I just kind of wanted to put it out there. I know that a lot of people are chasing the pennies, but it's just that can be difficult. Thank you, Reminderful. Hi, Jim. Could you give a range for BTC? It's likely to trade in the near term. Wow, I wish I could. Here's the thing about that. Bitcoin. It's really hard to say on that. What I use as a proxy for Bitcoin is GBTC. That's the Bitcoin Trust. That's the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. And let's kind of look at the range on that one. And I just kind of want to show you. It's sort of at the top of the trading range right now. So it may be in a situation quickly where it may move higher. So let's take a look at this one. Now, this is not Bitcoin. This is GBTC. This is about 4% of the world's Bitcoin, and this is traded as an ETF, and it's currently trading very, very nicely. It's currently at 49.13, which essentially is an all-time high. So here's and it's at the top. So this is viable right now. If you know, I think that we are seeing a little bit of concern out there. I do think that the market is fairly extended, and so I do believe that people may move towards alternative investments such as Bitcoin, and but one of the ways to play that, of course, is with GBTC, which is the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, and I do think that might be a good way. Currently, it's a 49. You know, it's funny. I was buying this just 2 months ago at about 26. So it's kind of. I do think it's going to move up from here, based on this very, very strong relative strength line. So, you know, unfortunately, you know, I can't give you a range for Bitcoin, but I do think that the GBTC, which is the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, I do believe that is probably going to move higher, and I think it's viable right now at 49. So. That's something that we might want to look at. Question for James. Thank you. This is for Palantir, PLTR, and I still am in Palantir. I've been shaken out of it. Let's look at it. PLTR is the symbol, of course, for Palantir, and this is a yeah. There we go. Let's see if I can put that in range. All right. Let's look at the daily chart on this one. You know, there we go. All right. So it's basically pulled back down to the 33.50. This is the, you know, it's pulled right back down to the 21-day line here, and that indicates that it may bounce. It looks like it's staying above that. Right now, you don't want to buy it, but you don't want to sell it either. You don't want to sell it either. Here's what I would do on this one. I would set a stop loss basically right about here. And the reason I would, of course, is because that's where the 50-day moving average is. And with the 50-day moving average, I think that does give you a good, here we go. Oh, seems to not be getting a signal. There we go. All right. I'm having a little bit of bandwidth issues here. So, there we go. Okay. All right. Oh, goodness. All right. Let's go back here. See if I can alleviate these problems. I'm having a little bit of trouble with my charting software right now. As a matter of fact, I'm frozen. There we go. All right. Okay. So let's see if I can click out of that. Well, maybe not. There we go. Okay. So let's go back to the charts. Yeah, reset them. All right. Palantir. All right. So here's with Palantir, James. You know, I if you're holding it, it's great. But I would be looking possibly to, you know, set a stop loss on this one at, let me give you the exact number that I kind of like, you know, that stop loss. I think the stop loss should be about 28.35 at the maximum. So take a second here. We'll get back. There's a little bit of network congestion here. So for Palantir, here's what I would do. I would set a stop loss for, and I'm gonna put it at the 40-day line there. Yeah, 28.35. At 28.35 on that. Yeah. There we go. All right. Not cooperating. All right, where I would set my stop loss is for this one. And unfortunately, we're having trouble with the network. There we go. All right, now we're back. Okay, where I would set it, the stop loss is for at 28.35, and let me show you why I would do that for Palantir. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit here and show you exactly why we want to do it at about that level. It's because that is this line here. Right now, you don't want to buy this. Come on. Okay, right now you don't want to buy it. You want to, but you want to set your stop loss right about this level, because this is where it's gonna, if it gets support at this line, it'll go higher. But right now it's coming down a little bit. It's below the buy point at 33.50 right now. That I would set my stop loss there, but I would watch. If I wasn't in the stock, I would watch this one. So that's kind of how I would treat Palantir right now. Yeah. With that, okay. So hopefully we can get some of these technical issues solved here. So let's take the next question. Thanks. Long-term investment for GEVO. Well, here's the thing. I'm long-term as long as it's going up, and then I'm short-term. I don't like to see, a long-term investment is really kind of a misnomer. I mean, many people say that they're long-term investors when the stock goes down below where they bought it. You should never let a stock go down more than 7% below where you bought it, because no matter what, because they tend to sometimes continue going down. Is this a good manufacturers? Isopropyl have some renewable feedstocks. Ooh, I don't like this one. I don't like the business. Boy, let's look at the weekly chart. This looks kind of penny stockish. Yeah, look at that chart. Let's look at a monthly chart to see. Yeah. Avoid this one. Just avoid this one. I'm so sorry, but this is not viable. You want to basically avoid this one. So this one, GEVO, I think you just want to avoid it. This is not a good long-term stock. If you're indicating that you're a long-term investor in this one, you've probably lost money. I'm not criticizing here. I'm just trying to be real. You should sell this one. Sell it right now. Sell it, take your loss, and move on, because this is probably going to go lower. Sell this one now. Yeah. So this is not a good long-term investment. Just cut your losses, and this is the reason you need to set a stop loss. This is the real reason why you have stop losses, because if you lose more than 7%, it's very, very hard to recover. It's very, very, very hard to recover your money. So here's the thing with this one. It's just and I looked all the way back on the monthly chart. The weekly chart is not that good. It's very thin. It's got a loss. This is just not a stock you want to be in. I just think you want to sell it, take your loss, and move into something that might be a little bit better. It's just unfortunately that sometimes happens. It happens to me a lot. I mean, I go into stocks and they're just not the right thing, and I think that's the case here. So enough said. Hi there. I want to talk about SNDL. How far SNDL stock goes, please. I don't know what he was saying there. Okay. See, let's look at SNDL. That's a stock. Okay, Sundial Growers. Okay, yeah, this is one of the cannabis stocks, and it's a $2 stock. It's penny stock, just not where you want to be. This is the problem with buying stocks that are in this very low price range. Yeah, let's take a look at this chart. Okay, this is a classic blow off top, and it went way up and it went way down. This is just This is a short squeeze. The stock is being manipulated. I'm sorry to do this, but you just don't want to. This is not even a watch list. This is just, sell it. Sell it now. This is a classic pump and dump operation, obviously, and this is not going to end well. Unfortunately, this is just not gonna end well for you, unfortunately. All right, let's take a look. Next one on Zillow. On both. Okay, should take. Thank you. Now we're talking. Zillow is a good one. Okay, if you're up, okay, here's what I would do. Here's what I would do. You want to set a stop loss on this one. Okay, so I'm going to look at the daily chart. It's at 194, which is fantastic. So here's what I would do. I would set a stop loss right below where that is. So let's see. I would set a stop loss at 183. So here's what I would do. On this one, I would let's see if I'm. Nope, that's the wrong one. Let's see. Yeah. So set a stop loss here at let me get the exact number for you. Yeah, 182 at 182.50. Yeah. And you want to set, and let me show you kind of what my thinking is on this. This is right about. It's right about where that line is. Yeah, there you go. It's right about where that line is. So if this continues to move up, which it looks like it is, because there was some heavy buying here, you're not gonna sell it too soon. But basically, set your stop loss at 182.50, and then if it moves up, you continuously move up the stop loss, and eventually it's going to pull back through that, and you're going to capture all of your very nice profit on that. So if you're up 20 to 25%, I would recommend setting that stop loss, moving that stop loss up, and I think that that's going to give you a very good result. That's going to give you a very, very good result. So that's a great question. That's a great problem to have. And congratulations, that's a very good stock. I do think that that's the way to do it. The reason is because you want to let it squeeze out the majority of its profit as it is moving down. But it'll move up, and then it will move down. So thanks, Mr. Singh, and I think you have a winner there. But what I would do, push up that stop loss, and then when it pulls back, you'll be good to go. All right, thoughts on GM? GM, I've been watchlisting this one, and I've owned this actually. I did get shaken out of it. I think this for the midterm is actually a very, very good stock, and there's a lot of reasons I think this. On GM, here's what I think we can do, and this is probably a good. Oh, there we go. Let me zoom in a little bit on it, just kind of give you my thinking here. There we go, 175. Okay, there we go. All right, so we can see it on the screen, and we're looking on the daily chart here. So this might be, there we go. Okay, and let's see if we can see that. All right, as you can see, it's pulled right back to this green line here, and it looks like it's pulling back, and it's pulled below the 10-day line. So this is a very, very good, a very auspicious chart pattern. We've moved above the buy point at 46.71. That's great. We're at 53 right now. It looks as if we're going to get some support right here at the 21-day line. So let's look to see if we can get a buy alert for this one. If we can do a buy alert for this one. So I'm just zooming back here a little bit to get to draw a trend line. There isn't really, it's going to be difficult to draw. Let's see if I can go to the daily chart to draw that trend line. Yeah. Okay. There isn't really a trend line here, but what's going to happen is that it's going to probably bounce right there at the 21-day line. right there. Currently, it's at 53.57. The 21-day line is basically at 52. So currently, you can buy this. You can buy this one. This is buyable right now. All right, this is buyable right now. It looks like now I wouldn't buy it as it's moving down. I just wouldn't buy it, but I would set a buy stop limit order on this one. So you buy it as it's moving as it's moving higher. So here's what I would do with GM. I would set a buy stop limit order for. Let me try to give this exactly. I would set a buy stop limit order on this one for right above the 20-day at 53.62. For 53.62, and then I would add 10 cents for 53.72. That's where I would set the buys. That's where I would set the buy stop limit order for. I've set the buy stop limit order for 53.72. That's 53.62 plus 10 cents, or right about that line. Now the 10-day line, is right at 50. The 10-day line is right at 53.62. Currently, it's at 53.57. So let's see if this thing reverses higher. If it reverses higher, I think that you can buy this. Don't buy it in a downtrend. Buy it in an uptrend. But GM is definitely buyable, and it's looking very, very good. Now, there is an issue with GM going forward, is that they are having trouble getting enough chips, basically, because the new cars, especially the EVs, require a lot of chips. So there is a chip shortage. Actually, that's kind of a good thing. There is a chip shortage, but GM is proving to be a very, very good stock, and I'm going to watch this one on the watch list, because I do believe going forward that this one will probably benefit from the coming EV boom, and so GM is definitely a good stock. It's definitely a good place to be in the market, and I think that thank you very much, Esther, for that question. Again, you want to buy it as it's moving higher, as it's moving higher. So here's the thing to do: set a buy stop limit order on this one for. Let me give you the exact. Pull. There we go. A buy stop limit order on this one, 53.62 plus 10 cents, or 53.72. Try to buy it as it's moving higher, but I think that you have an absolute winner when it comes to a stock. So General Motors definitely is on my watch list. I don't have it right now. I'm going to wait until it reverses and moves higher, but I'm very, very interested in it. It's looking very strong. Thank you very much for that question, Esther. Very good question. Is Blink a good buy? Well, I've been buying it. I've been accumulating Blink. It's pulled back a lot today. I did sell a third of my position. I had 300 shares of it. I sold a third of them basically on the first pullback. I have two options that are going to be expiring. It has pulled back a little bit, so I kind of want to give you show you that. Let's zoom a little bit in on the chart to see on Blink. Let me kind of move in a little bit here. There we go. All right. Okay. There we go. Okay, here's what's happening with Blink. As you can see, it kind of bounces and bounces and bounces right off the 21-day line. This is such an important line, this green line here, this 21-day exponential average, because this is where many of the programmatic traders trade. So it looks as if it's pulled back. Wait for this thing to reverse, and if this thing reverses higher, it will be a good buy once again. I don't like the relative strength line. It's pointing downwards, but it's still 99 relative strength. So I think that what you've got to do with Blink right now it's not ready to buy right now. You're going to have to watch this one, even though I'm in it, and I've trimmed my position. I sold 2 days ago, I sold 100 shares, and then I have 2 options contracts that are expiring, one at 51 and then another one at 55. So these are call contracts. So I do have the underlying stock, but I have been trimming my position. I do think long term it's good, but it's much more speculative and it's relatively thin. So that's kind of my take on Blink Charging, and I do have it. I do own Blink. So let's see if I can get another question from TikTok. And thanks for watching here. What about SNDL? Yeah, I bought it 180. The thing about SNDL, this is a penny stock, and I just can't. It's very thin, and I think it's probably going to pull back lower than that, lower than $1. So I don't really recommend trading stocks below $10. You can make a lot of money on them, but you want a strong stock, but you want it probably with a little bit of institutional funds. Just will not buy stocks typically that are below $10, and you can make money on penny stocks, but you also can lose a lot of money on them. So be very, very careful on a stock that's selling at that price. All right. Look at any questions from TikTok. I'm looking here. Oh, okay, here you go. Jim, will you buy Bitcoin, not just Grayscale? Well, right now I'm just buying Grayscale. Eventually I may buy Bitcoin, but I just like the fact that I can buy GBTC in my account, and when I do, it's super easy to. I can use all kinds of things like margin and all that kind of thing I can use to buy it. So that's the reason I use GBTC as a proxy for, that's why I use it as a proxy for Bitcoin. But I do, it is moving nicely. But right now I'm pretty much in GBTC. So that's the thing. Sell, yeah, sell Hexa. Yeah, I got stopped out of this one. And then I went in, I bought it in a small portfolio, and there was a pullback on cannabis stocks today, and it was one of them that it went under. I try to be in the under $10 stocks, but it's funny. I just seem to always get burned on them. And I think, yeah, there we go. And it's just taking a swan dive. As you can see, I'm out of it, by the way, because I set my stop loss 7% down. So I'm definitely out of this one. It just took a swan dive from about $10 down to $8. This is one of the reasons why it's tough to trade under $10 stocks. It really is. And I was stopped out. I was basically stopped out basically 70 cents down. So I was stopped out at about $9.30, and as you can see, it's $7.75. So it may move up again, but I'm out of it. Unfortunately, I'm out of it. The other question here. Thanks. Space. Again, I'm out of space too. I was shaken out of that. It pulled back more than 7%. I had been pushing up my stop loss, and I got pulled out on Tuesday. It's moved up once again. So it's hard to judge. But as you can see, this was I got pushed out of this. It's recovered. It's up 750. Here's the thing. It's 14 days in front of earnings. I'm probably not going to go back in, though we did see a very nice volume spike there. So somebody's buying it. Somebody's buying it. I did make a good little profit on it. Let's just check. I just want to kind of check to see where I sold out of some of these other ones. So let me kind of go over here and look at the small portfolio. Just a second. What I'm doing is I'm pulling up my small portfolio. This is one available for everyone to see. And it'll kind of give you an idea of kind of where I'm at. I'm only in one stock right now, and it's basically even. It's DraftKings. Kind of want to show you that. This is where I got sold out of a lot of my stocks basically on Tuesday. Yeah, come on, having a little bit of bandwidth issues here today. So yep, there we go. Okay, there we go. Oops. Yeah, as you can see with my current trading, Oops. And this is in the small portfolio. I was sold out of Virgin Galactic. I did make a 9% profit in 15 days, which isn't too bad. So I made a $180 profit based on this size of 42 shares. But I was basically sold out at 52. It's at 56 right now. It's pretty volatile. Probably won't re-enter it. So I'm out of it. As you can see, I just kind of got knocked out of a lot of things here. I got knocked out of Virgin. I got knocked out of Digital Turbine, Microsoft, Palo Alto Networks, basically everything. Only thing that hung in there after that down day on Tuesday was DraftKings, and I still have it. I'm mostly in cash right now, in the small portfolio. So that's kind of where it is right now, in terms of the small portfolio. Looking for other things that I can get into, but I'm probably not going to re-enter space. I was pushing up my stop loss. It pulled back. I was able to, of course, to get some of that profit, which is always nice. But it did sell out for me. So I did sell out. So that's one of the ways I do play it. So I'll find a good stock, and then I'll continuously move up the stop loss, and then eventually it will fail and pull back, and I'll get sold out, hopefully at a profit. So that's kind of how I do it sometimes. Hi, Jim. I'm down 4% on AI with earnings 18 days out. I'm considering holding it and averaging down. Never average down. Never, 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 never. Byron, if you're down more than 7%, sell it, sell it, sell it. Don't and wait. Sell it and wait. Averaging down is not a good idea. Averaging is not a good idea. Don't average down. Don't average down. This is just it's just not worth it to do this. Just never. Just never average down. Never, 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 never do it. Never do it. Never do it. Just saying. This is, if you're down more than 7%, sell. Please do that, because these things can, I'm still in it. I'm still in it. But you know what? I'm if it pulls back more than 7%, I'm out, because I set that stop loss. So don't average down. Don't average down on that one. Okay, Akbar, thank you. AZN. What's the AZN? Okay. AZN. Okay. I'm getting a little bit of, bandwidth constraints here today. AZN. You would think I'm in a building with very, very fast fiber. So, yeah. AstraZeneca. Okay. Well, I know that there's a lot of hype because of the coronavirus thing, but I just can't recommend this stock. This is not a good stock. This is this is the trend on this is downward, as you can see. Yeah, it's downward. It does have a lot of funds in it, which is good, and the cash flow is very strong. But in terms of a stock to buy, no, this just isn't a very good buy. It's below its 50-day average. Because it's below this line. This is the black line here. You never want to buy it here. So, here's my advice on AstraZeneca. Here's my advice on AstraZeneca. Don't buy. It's below the 50-day line. And I just think you 30 days. Excuse me. Not the 30-day line. I pull it up. I'm fat fingering everything here. It's below the 200-day line. Excuse me for that. But it's just not something you want to. Oh, goodness. I am having all kinds of. It won't take this. I'm typing, but it's not taking it. Okay, so don't buy this one because you see this line here, this black line here, it's below that. Okay, so it's below that. So you don't want to buy this one. You don't want to buy this one because this has got a downward trend. Okay, there's a downward trend on it. I realize they're making lots of vaccines and everything like that, but for some reason, and I don't know why, the chart is saying no. So don't buy this one. Don't buy this one. Don't buy this one. It is below the 200-day line, and I just think that you got to be super careful because the trend on this is. Remember, in this game, the trend is your friend, and right now the trend for AstraZeneca, AZN, is going down. So you don't want to buy it. All right, let's take a look. Gunnar, thank you. Would you buy Apple today? Well, this has been a kind of a weird day. And Apple has been, I've had Apple and recently too, but I just I've been having since the split this summer, the 4-for-1 split. I've had difficulty getting a good handle on it. Let me kind of show you. It's sort of just hanging around, really, Gunnar. It's it's right on the 21-day line, and it's below the buy point. Now, this is essentially a cup, and it's making a handle. Now, it probably will move higher, but here's what I'm looking to see on Apple. I'm looking at for it to pull down to this line here, the 40-day line. That's right here. If it pulls down to this and it reverses, then it's a buy. As you can see, it's done that once in the past, and then in there. So right now it's pulling back, and I do expect it to bounce right at that 40-day line, and that's kind of where you can really possibly buy it. But right now you can't. Right now, it's not a good time to buy it. It needs to essentially bounce, and I do believe that it's sort of hugging the 21-day line. Let's see if it pulls back to the 40-day line. If it does, then I think it might be buyable. But basically, right now, right now in this one, it's not time to buy it, and you basically want to watch. You want to wait for a reversal off of the 40-day line. Bye. So basically what you have to wait for is for it to come down to this 40-day line here and bounce. So the question is, what is that price? Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Where I want to see it pull back, I want to see it pull back to about 130. I want to see it pull back to about 130, and then if it bounces at about 130, as it's moving higher, I want to do a buy stop limit order on it. But right now, I don't want to buy it, and the reason is because it's pulling back. So basically, what's happening here is that there is a trend line that's going down like this, as you can see. There we go. And then as it breaks that trend line to the upside, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set an alert on that trend line, basically at 130. If it moves above that 130, then I'm interested. But right now it's in a downtrend, so I want to have it pull back, reverse, and then as it's going higher, that's where I want to buy it. So that's how I would buy it. Apple is a great stock. It's just we're not at a great time to buy it. That's the main thing here. It's pulling back, and I want to see it reverse higher. I will buy it as it's reversing higher, but not as it's reversing lower. So let's look at Tesla, and that's probably going to be one of the last stocks for today. I did a day trade on Tesla as it pulled. I did buy it as it moved above. I did buy it as it moved above 810. I then held it until about 8:30, and I sold it, and then it pulled all the way back. It's up to 811. It's sort of in a trading range right now. I'm trying to sell it's up today a little bit, which is good. So it's sort of just bouncing. That's really kind of the thing. Let's kind of move in a little bit closer on the daily chart here to kind of take a look at it to see kind of the trading range. Yeah, here we go. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put up the 60-minute chart here. Let me pull it back so you can see it better. There we go. All right. Today, that's basically here. You see, it pulled up and then it pulled back. So it seems to be settling in a range from about 800 here to about to about 880. This seems to be kind of a range that it's been holding in for a while. Okay, see, this seems to be the range for Tesla. There's definite support at about 800. And we'll see if it bounces here and it moves higher, but right now it's trading in a range from about 800 on up to about 875. So if you're going to be selling calls, which I probably will be doing, I'm going to be selling them right about that 875 level. So, okay, I have one or two more questions, and sorry, there we go. Fastly, let's look at Fastly real quick. FSLY, Fastly. And let's take the weekly chart for Fastly. All right. And there we go. Okay. Well, it's, again, it seems to be moving. It seems to be holding in there a little bit. Let's kind of move in a little bit. It's still got a very nice relative strength at 93. This one fell off the cliff, but it seems to be moving up nicely up the 40-day line. It's pulled back to the 21-day line. That's this green line right here. But it seems to be staying above the 40-day, so that's a very good thing. The relative strength line, it's okay, but it's stalled out. You can see it's going up and down like this. We want this blue line, this relative strength line, we want it to be going up. Right now, it's kind of just treading water. So here's what I'm going to do. I think that there will be a breakout possibly on this, but you don't want to buy it unless it moves about above that line there. So here's what I would say to do with this right now. Fastly, unfortunately, if you're not in it, if you're not in it, you want to watch this one. Okay, you want to see it move above this line here. You want to see it move above this line here. That's where you want to buy it, because right now it's sort of in this consolidation, as you can see. From about the low here. There we go. Yep. There we go. It's sort of it's sort of consolidated in that range, and it needs to go above that in order to start at a new movement upwards. So here's what I think. I think you got to watch this one right now, and it's just not ready to buy, but you might want to put it on the ready list. All right, last question from TikTok. Let's take a look. Everybody, just wanted to tell you about the action trade alerts. Hopefully I'll be putting out some stuff tonight on that. I messed up a little bit. I got doing things last night, and I didn't get everything that I wanted to do done. But Would love it, of course, if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/Dallas Trading Floor. And of course, always like it. Always make sure that you like that. So please like that. Okay. And that's always a good thing. If for the action trailers, and of course, they're all free, basically all you have to do is go to www.Dallas Trading Floor and sign up for those. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, TikTok, it's super easy. Just go to my profile, hit the link, and you'll see a little menu that comes up, and that'll show you how to sign up for the free action trade alerts, and also subscribe to the YouTube. I show all the charts on the YouTube. And by the way, a copy of this video will be up about 30 minutes from now on the YouTube channel. Basically at youtube.com/Dallas Trading Floor. Well, thanks everybody for watching today. I'll be back tomorrow for Friday at 2:30 Central. Till then, happy trading.